official title was personal assistant to the director. Director Hum was a nice woman in her early 50s, a double divorcee raising her 3 kids with 2 different family names. She didn't seem to possess much passion for her job at the Golden Sunset. She told me she'd chosen it mainly for its stability, which she needed badly as a single mother of 3 children. Director Hum tapped her desk nervously with her blood-red nails before she declared the Golden Sunset had no funding for custom-made funeral preparations. I told her the obituary writing program alone would be sufficient to make a change. Though reluctant, she gave me permission to start it after I promised her that it wouldn't affect my performance of my primary duties, and that I would work extra hours if necessary. Before leaving the office, she threw me a worried look, as if she were thinking, I've been there too. But instead, she said, "Give me a call if you need a drinking buddy from time to time." As I listened to the clicks of her heels fade away, I wondered if divorce would be any easier the second time around. The obituary writing program first helped me on a practical level. It diverted my attention from divorce. My thoughts, which until now had raced back to my husband and our fallen marriage again and again like a faithful dog, began to dwell on the lives of others. "I'm here to help you write your obituary," I told the elderly, in the most calming voice I could muster. "You can tell me a brief version of your life story, things that have made you happy, things that you're proud of, and things that you regret. How you want to be remembered by others, those who love you and care about you." After taking a few deep breaths, most people began to open up quite naturally. Awareness of your limited time can bring a surprising degree of honesty to your speech, by shutting off the inconsequential background noises that would normally obfuscate your life. To the small number of people who had difficulty starting their stories, I offered a simple prompt that always worked. Pick 3 words, noun, adjective, verb, anything that could define you or best describe your life. 3 is the magical number that people tend to fall for. A single word seems impossibly limiting, while 2 may feel unpalatable, as if they imply a double life. But 3 suggests a perfect balance, as in triumvirate and trilogy and trinity. People feel comfortable with it, neither too little nor too much. Looking ahead to the end of their lives, people feel the urge to leave their footprints on this world, no matter how small they may be. And writing their obituaries confirms that their lives mattered, to them, and to the people for whom they had happily sacrificed their dreams. In the minds of youth, an obituary is a sad and solemn thing, but old folks understand that it means, among other things, a privilege. Old folks, who are used to flipping through the pages of a newspaper, know that an official obituary is reserved for the deaths of household names. Even the famous ones must fight constantly for ever so cramped space. Most should be content with just a couple of lines, while a very lucky few get an entire paragraph. A whole page is, of course, impossible unless you're a high-profile politician, such as an ex-president or an internationally influential warlord. At the Golden Sunset, however, every death merits an entire page. That was the central idea of my project. Don't we all deserve a full obituary of our lives? I wanted to believe that every death and life, even the most obscure and inconvenient ones, have important stories to tell. And I was there to lend my ears and pen to the final whistles of the tumbleweeds. It was the second day of the Lunar New Year holiday when I met Ms. Mook for the first time. I had volunteered to work since I wasn't ready to face my first big family gathering after the divorce. I knew the kinds of questions I would get from my uncles and aunts, and especially my cousins, all of whom were still happily married with kids. I wasn't ready for others to pick at my scabs yet. A public nursing home might be the loneliest place on earth on a big national holiday. More than a third of the residents at Golden Sunset had no immediate families. A small number of fortunate people, though still in decent health and in touch with caring relatives, were invited out for